Yeah.
Hey everyone, this is Ashley V here and Coach Brown. And today we don't even really know what we're talking about, but we got an idea. We got an idea here. So Jay was kind of like, "What are you feeling?" And I really want to start off with what I posted about today because this has been something that's been on my mind for like the last few days. I wrote that post about 2 or 3 days ago and I kind of let it sit in my phone and I was like, and if you haven't seen the post, definitely check out on the Ashley V page or my Instagram at AshtarV. Um, so as many of you know, and for those of you that don't know, since January 15th, I've been spaceless. So I own my own space, like well, it was like a storefront little space in East Greenwich where I did a lot of my work out of. And then I decided to transition to find something a lot bigger and better. Oh, what happened? Am I the only one live right now? Anyways, I'm just going to keep going. So, this is awkward. What's been coming up for me is during this process with me doing doing the transition and changing what changing everything in my business and everything like that. I've been in a really awkward space where I've kind of felt like out of alignment. And hello everyone joining in. And not fully like 100% connected to my work in a way. So basically this whole change with my business, I felt like off. You know what I mean? Like I'm not like fully in there. I'm not like fully where I want to be. Um and it made me think, I'm just a little bit off. You know what I mean? I was really off when I was like had no clue what was going on and I was like looking for the space. Now I have the space. I'm just waiting for the construction work to be done. But I knew that I was going to have that space. But it's like for me, I was thinking like, how do people live their lives like this? And like the post was kind of like, I'm a little bit off alignment, but most people live like fully out of alignment. And like this whole time, like the past 3.5 months have felt like 4 years. Like literally 4 years. Even some of my friends are like, yo, this feels like it's taking so long. And I'm like, I know. But I'm like tipping the scale and I'm like losing, like not like losing it, but like not fully with it.
Mhm.
But most people like live their whole life like completely out of balance all the time.
Mhm.
And
No,
I just
facts.
I don't know how people do it. Like I don't know how people like ignore shit so hard and like they live this life where they're not in tune with themselves at all. Like
Well,
how
I think the thing about it is that, what's the word? You can't well, how would you say it? You can't miss what you don't have or what you never had.
mm,
And for most people, they spent their entire life out of alignment. So for
mm,
them, it's norm they know they can feel that something's not right, but in the
mm,
same token, there's a level of normalcy to it because it's how it's always been. You know what I mean? So like for instance, I think back to um before before I started working on myself and getting in tune with everything around me and really starting to level up in just in my understanding of life and understanding of everything around me.
mhm,
um all of the things that were breaking me down or keeping me stuck when they were normal to me
mm,
before I escaped that way of thinking, you know what I mean? So it was just like, yo, it's just how it is. Oh, it's just how it's gonna be. Damn, these type of things always happen. Like, you know what I mean? And it
mm,
wasn't until I was able to move mentally and spiritually from that space that I could then look back and realize where I was. Like when you're in it, it's hard to know, especially if you've never been out of it. But like once you step out of it and you step into alignment, then you can feel every moment that you're out of alignment. You know what I
mm,
mean? But for most people, they spend their whole life out of alignment. Therefore, it just feels normal to them. But if
mm,
they get a moment of being in the pocket, you know what I mean? That's what they say. Once you reach a certain level of understanding, or once you level up to a certain point, there's no going back because you've already
right.
felt what it's like to be on the other side. You can't go back. It just would never feel right to you. You know what
Mhm.
I mean? So I think that's what it boils down to. And then also another thing that I always, talk about with people is that most people not are not only out of alignment, but they're going against the current of life. Like they're going against life. You know what I mean? Like if life is floating this way, everybody's trying to go this way. And they're
Yeah.
like, yo, life is so hard. Life is this, life is that. Yo, life is actually very easy. And life wants to move you forward. Life wants to progress you. But everything that you're being taught in reverse, and it has you going against the current of life. Therefore, you're trying to swim upstream when the stream's going the opposite way, and you're
Mm,
like, damn, swimming is hard. Swimming is tough. No, swimming is real easy if you just turn your ass around and go with the current. You know what I mean?
yeah.
The water will do the job for you, but you trying to go against it.
Mm. Well, I think that's like I started thinking about like anxiety and depression, and I'm like,
Mm,
that's why a lot of people have anxiety and depression because they're out of alignment.
facts.
You know what I mean? Like all it is, like I don't believe that's a fucking long term thing. I don't believe like I don't know what they diagnose anxiety and depression as. Is like, is it a disease? Like I don't know like what they say that it is, but to me they make it like, oh, it'll never go away and you're always just gonna have it. I don't fucking
Mm,
believe that shit
mhm,
at all. I think that is your higher self telling you you are not in alignment with where you should be in your life or where you really want to be.
mhm,
So I feel like people are feeling it, but I also feel like I see your perspective on it, but I feel like they low key feel it. Like they feel
mm.
it in other ways without knowing that they're feeling it.
Yeah, yeah, no, facts. And that depression shit is like, um, what I find, you know what I mean? And I'm not no doctor or nothing like that, but
Mm,
through coaching people, what I find is that people that come to me and they're like, "Oh, I'm depressed." Um, the depression is usually tied to something that they're like suppressing in their self. Like, you know what I mean?
yeah.
Like they're shrinking their self, they're compacting their self,
Mm,
and that, that suppression. I'm not trying to rhyme and shit. Like this guy's trying to rhyme. That suppression leads to depression. But you know what I mean? It's
yeah.
usually something that they're suppressing within themselves. And if they just unlock that and let that out, that depression is out the window. You know what I
Mm,
mean? Um, all right, so let's do this, right? Because we're about to turn up. Because this episode 7, and 7 is like seven's the God number, so we gotta come through, what I mean, and hit him with this one.
mhm.
But what I wanna do, so I'm gonna put the ball in your court, and I'm gonna work on something real quick.
All right.
I want to get this phone line up because if people could call in and holler at us live on the air, I think it's gonna be live. So you guys get ready because I'm gonna try to get this phone line going. Because if the phone line is up, then y'all could call into the show and y'all could talk to me and Ashley tonight. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this thing up and running right now.
You want me to talk? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. If you could feel the airspace, I'm gonna try to get this thing going.
All right. So I think I'm going to talk a little bit more about anxiety because that is like, I always hear people like, I got anxiety. I got anxiety. So for a long time I always had anxiety, like kind
Mm,
of like my whole life. You know what I mean?
mhm,
And I would smoke myself fucking stupid to like get rid of that feeling. Like that's what I had to do, but it like never really went away. I feel like the big factor that keeps people from being in alignment is this whole like, whatever you're doing to numb yourself.
mm,
I feel like the that is the main problem. Like that is the issue, and we're all taught to numb in certain ways. So people numb like through like I feel like a big way too is like drama. Like drama outside of themselves. Like politics is like a great way to ignore what's going on within yourself. Um what else is another way? Obviously, drugs. I think that's why a lot of people are addicted to drugs. And like, I'm calling all you drinkers out. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people, drinking is like socially accepted. But to me, I feel like, I think it's whatever. When you go out every once in a while and you have a drink when you're fucking young, you know what I mean?
mhm.
That's whatever too, because like you're partying and shit. But I really feel that why is Donnie on and he's not here?
Where's Donnie at? Come on, Donnie.
On.
Where's he at? Is he talking?
He's in the chat.
Wow, he needs to be up on here. He might be driving back though.
Wow.
Uncut Donnie Donuts. Oh, Snapple juice. All
Um,
right, let me see.
Fuck, I forgot what I was saying because he distracted. But anyways, oh, alcohol. I feel like alcohol is like one of those things that because it's accepted. And I was saying this shit to my friend the other night, and like I'm gonna offend people here right now. But the moms
That's
that
what we do.
all right, the moms that are like these wine moms, like, yo, I look at them and I'm like, what are you doing? Like that shit, like, I get it. I mean, I don't get it. I don't have kids, so like,
Mm,
I feel like this is like what moms do to escape from their kids. But to me, it's like escapism. Like, it's okay for you to fucking. I feel like this whole gimmick with these moms who love wine. But to me, I'm like, what are you doing? Like, are you trying to escape your family life? Are you trying to
mm,
escape your kids? Like, are you trying to escape your reality, you and like what you really want to do? I mean, I'm not,
mm,
like I said, I'm not like against drinking or smoking or anything, but I feel like when it's excessive and it's creating escapism in your life and you're not
mm,
focusing on you, that's when it becomes a problem. And I feel like the wine moms, like, that's like a gimmick. Like, I used to watch wrestling growing up, so like I look at some things are like very gimmicky to me, you know what I mean?
mm.
It's like sometimes you look at a person and like you can tell like what they're into because they follow those gimmicks. Like
Yep.
I don't know, like fucking dudes with flames tattooed on their arms, like they probably like drink beer and like ride motorcycles,
Ride
like
motorcycles and shit.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah. It's like the gimmicky shit, and it's like, all right, so like you're putting yourself in that category and you're following that program, but I feel like most of the time those programs are out of alignment because it's just like a kind of like following blindly and ignoring who you truly are inside of you. And like I was watching some celebrity and like on TikTok, she was some model. I don't think she's a fucking. I don't know what she does. It just came. No, TikToks they just come up and like you're
Yeah,
like,
they just
why
pop
is
up.
this
Yep.
person like even on my feed?
Yep.
And
Yep.
I'm like looking at her profile and it's just all about being a mom and drinking wine. And I was like, yo, I'm so sick of this shit. Like, this is like, I don't even know. Like, what is this? Like, how do people enjoy
Know
this?
what it is? It's like it's culture pockets. You know what I mean? And what the culture pockets is like if you all right, do you have this, and that? Then
Hmm.
you could belong to this group. Do you
Yeah,
have this, and that? Then
right.
you like you know what I mean? So it's like all these different culture pockets where people want to get in where they fit in. And nobody wants to be outside of a crowd. Like everybody's trying to find a crowd that they could become part of because when you're in the crowd, you get lost in the mix. You know what I mean? Um, Very few people want to be outside the crowd. You know what I
Right.
mean? And it takes a special kind of person to be willing to say, you know what, I'm gonna stand over here and I'm gonna say this, or I'm gonna stand over here and I'm gonna do this because people are easily gonna turn around and look at you. Most people don't want to be seen. They want to live their life and be invisible and just
Mhm.
be inside of these culture packs. You know what I mean? Um, so I think that's what that boils down to. Just really trying to find a place to fit in because I think that life doesn't fit for most people. Like, you know what I
Mhm.
mean? The life that most people lead doesn't fit what they're feeling inside. You know what I mean? And because that life that they're leading doesn't fit what they're feeling inside, they in return try to find somewhere to fit. You know what I mean? They try to find somewhere to mold into where they could create a life that they feel like they could be part of without any resistance from their self. You
Mhm.
know what I mean? That's why people get old and they hit like these midlife crisis and
Yeah.
all this different shit is because they've been
Yeah.
living their whole life being someone who they're not. And then they get to a certain age, they're like, oh shit, I'm almost dead. It's time to be like who I want to be. Like, you know what I mean? And then they go nuts and they do everything that they wanted to been doing for the past, 30, 40 years, 50 years. So that's what I think that's what really makes that happen. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Um, I was able to get the number up, guys. So anybody who's watching right now, you can break out your phone, call into the show. Numbers right at the bottom, 401-280-1791. Listen, tonight's show is, she said, well described. Love that. Culture pockets.
Yeah.
Yeah, for real.
Did you make that term up or is that like a real term?
Nah, that really just came to me
Oh,
right now.
yeah. That makes a lot of
You
sense.
heard it first.
Yeah.
Culture pockets.
And then you put them in your pocket and
Mm,
then they're fucking stuck there and they can't get out.
yeah, exactly. For real, for real. Who's gonna be our first caller? That's what I want to know.
Me.
Oh, snap.
Imagine.
I know, right? For
Fucking
real.
Dottie call in.
I know. Can't believe this. Can't believe this dude. I just talked to him. Like, yo, you gonna be on the show? He's like, yo, Wob, where's Wob at? Wob been trying to get up on the show. You could call. We can't lose you on this one. He's like, yo, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? For real. But yeah. So that was some. Oh, here we go. We got somebody coming through. Let's see who it is. All right, let's turn them up. They're on channel 2.
Who's you on this one?
Hello, hello, hello.
Can you hear me now? Hello, hello, hello. For real. Can they hear me? But
Hello.
hello. That was some. Oh, here we go.
I
We got
invited them
somebody.
on the show and they can't. I can't hear them.
Oh, because it's your volume.
It's Rob Bay.
Oh, yeah.
Hello, hello, hello.
Plug into number 2.
Hello. Hello.
All right. Let me turn this up. Maybe that's what it is.
What's going on, guys?
Let me put him on speaker. Hello? Hello? It's Wob. All right, Wob. You got bad luck. So now I can't hear you. Hold on. Nah, I know. I'll message you. Hold on. Let me see. Yeah, what's up with this thing? For real. Hold on. I'm going to get you on here. Hold on.
Cool, man. I'm going to keep trying.
This is one thing.
Worries.
That's plugged in. If Donnie was here, this wouldn't be happening. Can you hear Wob when he's talking?
I can hear him. Yeah.
I can hear you
can't
guys.
hear Wob, but you can hear Wob.
Yeah. You
Nice.
can't hear him.
Nah,
I'm gonna call again.
All right, you know what I'm gonna do? That's weird. Where'd he go? He left?
Yeah, he said he's gonna call back.
Hey, Wob, they can hear you on the show. I just can't hear you. I guess I'm not cool enough to hear you. But wait, maybe
Can you guys hear me now?
You can continue to talk.
Well, anyways, I just want to say that I love your show. Shout out to the crew. Yeah, man, it's a full moon outside, so I'm sure you guys are aware of that.
You Ashley can hear you, so you and Ashley talk while I try to figure out how to get this audio to come through for myself.
It is a full moon. I completely forgot about that.
Yeah. So, anyways, I'm really I like the topic that you guys are discussing. I don't know if you can hear me, but
I can hear you.
I kind of want to throw my 2 cents.
What do you think
into what I've experienced, especially just kind of going through my own awakening. I realized that people, like you said, JBZ, people are just really scared to be themselves, especially in a society that we're quick to judge, we're quick to point fingers, and a lot of people don't know what most people are going through. But once people realize that we all have traumas, and we all bleed red. You know what I'm saying? If you really just understand that, you come to terms that we're all human, and we all go through the same shit. And it's just about helping each other heal, because I feel like that's the most important thing. But it's a tough world we're living in, man, and you kind of have to be around people who are like-minded. But I'm grateful for people like y'all, because y'all shed the light. You know what I'm saying? No. What's the slogan? No bitch assness. So stop being a bitch.
Right.
Stop being a bitch. I love that, man.
Oh no, I don't know what happened. What the fuck? Donnie, this is all your fault.
Shout out to Ashley V.
I'm still here. I'm just putting you on the screen so I can grab something real quick, and I'll be right back.
Yeah.
I don't know if he can hear me. Can you hear me? I don't know what happened now. So, what the fuck? Well,
to you guys, man, Donnie, Donnie's just, I love Donnie. Donnie's just Donnie, man.
Wow,
you know what I'm saying?
Link, bro. That's it.
What happened? What did I do?
Because I don't know what's going on.
Oh man, they can't hear me.
Send him a link right now.
I don't think that he can hear me. You can't hear him. I can only hear him.
Yo, facts. That's like some weirdo stuff. Well, you know what? At least my lights ain't flickering now. That's a plus. All right, here we go. I'm gonna send Wob a link. This one's gonna work. I can feel it.
So we're gonna have him on now, for real.
This is the one. I can feel it.
All right, let's do this.
For real, it's going down. What the hell was I gonna say? There was something I saw earlier, and I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna talk about that on the show," but I totally forgot what it was because I've been like doing so much. I don't know. It'll come back to me.
Mm.
It'll come back to me.
What do you think of the full moon today?
Yo, I don't like. I did see it, right?
Mm.
But I don't know. I've been how can I put it? I've been having a different energy like the last like I would say like the last like week and a half.
Mm.
I've had this like actually, you know what? It's been longer than that because I would say since December, I've had this energy in such of a way like a laser focus, and like when I lock in on something, I can't do anything else until that shit is complete. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know what brought that on, but it's working for me.
Mm.
For real.
Well, there was actually a huge shift in December. Like
Really.
a big portal that opened, yeah, on the 21st, or it was like 7 days that it was open. So I
Okay.
feel like a lot of people that were in alignment to connect with that energy did,
Mm,
you know?
okay.
And I definitely did, but the thing was, well, yeah, I was like super focused on like finding the space. Like that was it. That was the only thing on my mind.
Okay.
That
And
was the
you and
only
that shit happened, right?
it did. It
Yeah.
fucking did. It was like not going to happen.
Mm. Yeah, that shit looks fire too.
Yeah.
Yeah, for real. I
Yeah, I
didn't
was
see like any finish, but like I saw like how big the space is, so I know there's a lot of room for
It's way
opportunity.
bigger in real life. Like people
Mm.
that see the video and then they walk in, they're like, "Holy shit!"
All
Yeah.
right, so let me give the people an exclusive. If whatever you're at liberty to talk about, what's gonna happen in this space? Like, cause you got mad space. So like, what's going on? What
Well,
can the
some
people
things are a
expect?
secret. I can't say yet.
Okay, I got you.
So
That's what I
there's
said. Whatever
right.
you're at liberty to
All right.
discuss.
I'll give you all a hint. There's two rooms that are gonna be something fucking crazy. That's all I'm gonna say. And then there's like, so like, there's nothing like this.
Wait, but what kind of hint is that? There's no hint. That's not a
Yo,
hint.
yo,
All right.
yo.
All right. I'm gonna give you one word. Well, no, I don't want to do
I don't
that
know if they
because
can
that
see
one
me.
word sounds weird. So I'm not gonna do that.
Oh, you still want me to?
All right,
Right.
Bob's in the building,
I just
but
want you to think of like ancient Egypt.
I was gonna look over
Hey
here.
guys,
My mind was Bob's in the building.
Oh
Yo,
my
you
God,
made
it's
it.
what up, y'all?
working.
I told you it was gonna work tonight.
You're
So
not
Of course, it's
driving, are
gonna
you?
work.
wait, are you
I'm not.
driving?
I'm not driving. I'm being driven.
Oh,
Okay.
But
nice, nice.
but you know, I'm canceling my Target run for you guys.
Hey, I like it, man. I like it.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a
So
great.
But
I know
I,
what Target is.
I don't think she likes it though. But you know,
I, hey, there's no such thing as coincidence, man. Everything happens for a reason. So something's gonna come from this.
thank you, Jay Breezy, thank you.
You know what I
So
mean?
first and foremost, I gotta say, I gotta shout out to Ashley V. You know what I'm saying? She's definitely, helping holding this uncut showdown. I really like all of the content that she brings,
Thank
her
you.
experience. Donnie, you know what I'm saying? Donnie he just does him. You know what I'm saying? Jay
Doing-
Breezy, Jay. I mean, this show, it's life changing, man. And I definitely try to tune in as much as I can. Jay Breezy, just real quick, man. If I haven't really been in tune because I just started my business. You know what I'm saying? It's a
Mhm.
Pawtucket. So I've been really focused on that. I'm really grateful for this show, man, and everything that you guys bring. I feel like every time you guys have a topic, it kind of goes with the times. So
Hmm.
I don't know if that's by. I just know that the universe is working with me.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yep.
Mhm.
so 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 yeah. So I just wanted to come through and just express my gratitude for y'all. So
Thank you.
yeah,
I
man.
appreciate it.
That's it.
Appreciate it.
Yep,
Appreciate
yep,
it.
yep, yep.
So with that being said, I know that me and you personally have had some powerful conversations. Um,
Yes,
Ashley V, extremely powerful person. So with
yes.
that being said, give me what's something on your heart that's powerful right now that we can expel on and really start a conversation from.
Yo, Jay, man, I don't yo,
Yo, I told you there's no coincidences, man.
yo,
Everything happens
Jay,
for a
man.
reason.
I want to say fuck you because yo, get out of yo, like
I'm in
Stop,
your head, bro.
bro. And it's love, man. Yo, come
Oh
through.
yeah, of course,
And
of course.
so funny, Jay, man. Yo, and it's crazy. And I'm gonna answer that, and I'm gonna tell you because I have something that I feel like it's been working. But
Mm,
Jay, man, honestly, man, I invite people to come in my head. You can come in
okay.
my head. You can come in my head. You can come in my heart because you're gonna feel peace and love and joy.
Mm,
You're not gonna feel
mm.
anything but just love. If you cross my mind. So I'm cool, Jay.
Yep.
And I know it's like that with you.
Yeah,
You know what
yeah,
I'm
for
saying?
sure, for sure.
And I know it's like that with everybody that's on the show. Because at the end of the day, man, it's all love.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
Jay, to answer your question, bro, man, um, I've gotten to a point where like I had to work on focusing on manifesting what I want in my internal world so that way I see it on the external
Mm,
world.
yep.
And bro, man, I'm just gonna talk like a fucking nigga. That shit fucking works, man.
Yeah.
That shit fucking works.
Yep.
It ain't no gimmick about this shit. It ain't no fucking hope, it ain't none of this fucking fairy shit. This shit is real, my nigga.
Yeah.
This shit
Yeah.
is real. Excuse my French, but
Yep. Yep. Yep.
I don't know how
Now, hey, listen, listen. This is
raw,
the uncut show.
Hmm.
yo, Jay, I don't know how raw and see, no pun intended. I don't know how real I could be about this because yo, man, all of this shit is real, bro.
And it's all simple.
It
It's
is
all
simple.
simple. You know what I mean? But they're selling it to us in this package of like, if you want a new car, all you have to do is think about the car. No, there's more to it, but it's
Right.
more simple though. You know
Hmm.
what I
But
mean?
Jay,
Anything that you can see is already yours. You know what I mean? Any image that you have or any vision that you get, all that is you seeing the probable future if you're willing to do the work.
Hmm.
I mean, you're seeing the future.
You just
Anything you
said it.
see already belongs to you.
Yo, Jay, one thing, and just to kind of add to that, Jay, because everything that you guys are saying is true. But one thing that kind of brought me to like realization was like, yo, man, the future is everything that you do in the present moment.
Right.
That shit changed my life, bro. That
Yo,
shit changed my life, bro, Jay. Like I was like, yo, so if I'm being a real ass nigga
yeah,
that I feel like I am, if I'm,
yep,
handling minds, trying to be the best version of myself, working on my personal development, loving people, being kind to myself, just doing the things that I feel like that I know, just taking the legendary route.
yeah, yeah,
If I'm doing that day in day out, yo, if yo, they said it, they said in the science of being great, yo, a life of power. No, not thinking the science of getting of being rich, or one of those two. A life of power is gonna end. Is gonna end in the a life of power is gonna end in the life of power.
mm,
Something to that effect.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
And that's
yeah.
how I've been approaching my life, bro, day in day out, man.
Yo, big facts. And the one thing that I would add on to what you said about the time, you know what I mean? What I come to realize and what someone shared with me, I forget who it was that shared it with me, but it opened me up to it. Um, is that the past, the present, and the future is happening all right now.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? And once you can understand that, it takes you from having to choose whether you want to be someone focused on the past, focused on the future, focused on the present. Because once you realize that they all happen simultaneously right now, all in the same time. That's why you can. That's why you can travel. And it's crazy that we're talking about this because Ashley V knows. And remember when we sent the message like, "Yo, what the topic we want to do tonight?" This was one of the topics, like mastering time. You know what I mean? And once you understand that, when
Wow.
yo, seriously, seriously, like when you go into a memory, when you go into a memory, all you're doing is experiencing the past in the now because they're happening at the same time. When you dream about the future, all you're doing is experiencing the future in the now. It's not some thought of thing. It's happening right now because all three are happening right now. Everything is happening right now. That's why you have an opportunity to decide where you want to be. A lot of people are here right now, but they're stuck living through the lens of the past because they don't understand that it's all happening right now and that you people say, yo, the past is the past. You can't change the past. But you can change the past with a chosen perspective in the future. Because when you have a bad perspective on the past, it affects everything that you are experiencing right now because of your perspective. But when you change your perspective on the past, it empowers you to live powerful in the now because they're all cause and effect on each other. You know what I mean? And
Hmm.
let me stop ranting. Ashley V, get in on this.
All
Let me
right.
just I
So,
just be
all
talking.
right. What you guys
I have
want
a
to go?
question for Ashley V. I
Yeah.
got a question for her. Why is it right now it's a full moon? And I know you're gonna elaborate on that, and I actually wanted to get your thoughts because Ashley V's she's being real quiet and patient, but I know she has
Mhm,
some heat that she's
mhm.
about to drop to us, and I'm willing to hear. So go ahead.
Wait, do you want to know about the full moon or why it's a full
Well,
moon?
I mean, I just feel like it's no coincidence why it's a full moon right now.
Oh, you mean the day we're doing the show? I mean,
Yeah.
honestly, I didn't even realize it until people were like posting about it because I don't really follow them. I like slightly follow the moon. So like what I do is like I have my astrology calendar in my kitchen, and like when I have to pay attention to the moon, like where my higher self is like, you need to work with this moon.
Mm.
But it is as far as I know, it's a Scorpio full moon, so it's a lot of emotion, like connecting emotionally, and it
Mm.
next, like, see, I didn't know about the full moon until today, but yesterday I want to talk about this. Um, I've been going through like my romantic relationships a lot lately and things like coming up because, I left my fiance last year, and there was some stuff coming up this weekend, and I was like, you know what? I got to go back and I got to write about the last few relationships that I had. And I spent 3 hours journaling and pulling cards and channeling into all this energy about my past relationships. And I literally, like, when I was writing about them, I was like, oh my God, I forgot about that. I forgot about a lot of the good things because I feel like when we leave relationships, we like look at the bad because it's
Mhm.
easier that way.
Yeah.
Easier to disconnect from somebody when you're looking at the negative instead of the positive. So with that, it shifted a lot of my energy. And just like you said, instead of like looking at the past and being like, ugh, carrying that resentment, I actually looked at the past and I linked the energies, and I was like, this is actually everything that I needed to get to where I am now. And I felt so much release from my energy field yesterday when I did that. Like, and with that, I'm letting go of the cords that I have attached to them so they can move forward and they can heal as well. And they can do what they want to do with their lives. And, I didn't have any ill will towards these people. It was just you hold like you have these like like these low vibe
Mhm.
feelings, and you have to like sift through them sometimes, and you
Mhm,
have to just surrender to what it was instead of like, I feel like your brain fucks with you. Like your
mhm,
brain literally, it makes shit worse than what it is a lot
mhm,
of the time because
Yeah.
of the trauma you've experienced before that. So like
Mhm.
you take the trauma, like the nastiest trauma that you've experienced, and you fucking put that shit in all of your relationships and like
mhm,
pieces of your life. And I feel like it just like it's like sludge, it like moves into it. And then sometimes you just like make shit up in your head.
Facts. You could
You
have
know
a
what I
whole
mean?
Yeah.
memory that never happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or it wasn't that
Mhm.
bad. It
Yeah,
wasn't
yeah.
that bad. It
Mhm.
was just your ego gets in the
Mhm.
way, and it was like, this keeps happening to you, and like, look at this. It's the same, like, and a lot of times it's not.
Mhm. Yeah.
It's like
Mhm.
what you need
Mhm.
to do in order to just open up more. And those relationships were just me learning to open up more, because the relationship that I had that was the most traumatic from the person that passed away, like I became so rough and like
Condolences.
really closed
Mm,
off and like harsh after him. And the relationships after him taught me how to open up and be softer.
mm, mhm.
Even though they weren't exactly what I wanted, I feel like they were more like what I needed at the time, and they were what I wanted at the time.
Yeah.
So I flipped my perspective on it, and it literally just shifted so much. Like
Freed you
so
up
much.
too.
In like 3 or 4 hours, I feel like I released like it was literally over 8 years I did it. I went back from 2013 and I was like, "Yo, I just released like 8 years of some bullshit
Mm,
that I was holding on to."
It's funny because since we're on the topic of being free, I was actually me and my daughters this morning. We were just, I don't know, something came up, and my daughter, I just kept telling my daughter to say, "I'm free, I'm free, I'm free," and it actually felt really good. So
mm,
I don't know if
mhm,
that has anything to kind of do with how you felt,
Yeah,
actually, but I mean,
definitely.
I felt good,
Mhm.
saying that.
Mhm.
Speaking of feelings, like Wob, I just got to ask out of curiosity. Are you a water sign?
I'm a Pisces, man, the realest sign.
Oh,
Okay.
What's up?
Okay. I had to ask because something told me the way you was like I felt like the way you was talking about the moon. I'm like, yo, this guy might be a water sign.
That's
That's why I wanted to
crazy.
ask you.
Yes. I'm a Piscean. I'm proud of it. And
Nah,
guess
that's
what?
what's up.
Guess what? You know, so funny how so today's the 26th, right? And 26 is it's a very significant number in my life. So it's a
Mm,
big today's a big deal, man. I was born
okay.
on the 26th. My birthday's February 26th. My daughter's born on 11/26.
Wow.
Everything good that happens to me happens on the 26th. You know,
Mm.
today's the 26th. I'm with Ashley V. You know,
Yeah.
Jay Breezy and Donnie B.
And I told you that, yo, I told you guys this one was gonna work. I said, yo, this time it's gonna work. And it worked. For
Yeah,
real,
man.
for real. But yeah, I mean, yeah. That's what's up, man. I'm glad you got through because I knew that you had something to contribute. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, and honestly, I just wanted to come through and just share my love and appreciation for you guys.
Mm.
I look forward to always watching your shows every Mondays, and yeah, man, you know, y'all keep doing what y'all do. I'll stay tuned until the end of the show. Thank you so much for having me. Anytime you guys want me to, you know, just throw, because Jay, you know, I like to talk, and I
Hey, that's why we get along so good. You know what I mean? We both we both like to chop it up for real, for real.
Yeah, now, but seriously, man, like every topic that you guys like, I'm just, I mean, since I just want to get my little, you know, 15, like since y'all are on every Mondays, um, again, everything that you guys bring to the table, like it always coincides, at least to me, with what I'm going through in life,
Mm.
and I feel like what's going through, in the times. You know what I'm saying? And I know that that's the universe working. It's y'all provide us universal news. You know what I'm saying? And
Whoo,
and
yo, I
yeah,
like that universal
yeah,
news.
and I think that everything is always to date. You know what I'm saying? And you know, and that's why I always feel like I'm always I gotta tune in. So I got a little in me. You know what I'm saying? You know, just coming back from Chili's. But you know, you guys have a great night, man. Ashley V, it was definitely nice. Nice actually, you know, just tuning
Yes.
into the show. Um,
Nice
I
talking to
definitely, you
you
know,
finally.
right. And Jay Breezy, man, we'll connect, man. And
Yeah,
y'all
no,
can
for
pull
sure.
up, man. Y'all pull up to my gym, 17 Broad Street. Jay, I got a smoothie for you, Ashley, and the crew on the
Okay.
house.
All
Sounds
Pull
right.
up, man. You know what I'm saying? And I love you guys, man. You
Nah, I
guys have
love
a
you too,
wonderful
bro.
night. And
Yes, sir.
yeah, man. I don't know how to sign. Okay, I'll hit the exit. I
All
holla.
right, bro.
Peace out, yo.
Yes,
Peace.
sir. Oh snap! Wob in the building. That's what's up. All right. Yeah, I'm so glad he got through. You know what I mean? Because that's
I know.
yeah. He's always like, yo, that dude's pumped. He's like, he told me straight up too. He's like, yo, I look forward. Like the uncut show is like, it's almost like I'm watching TV. Like I'd be like, oh shit, it's Monday, yo, uncut show 8 o'clock. You know what I mean? So that's what's up, man. That's mad love. That's mad love. Wow, that was exciting, yo. I like that. I like that. Um, who's next?
I don't know. We need Donnie B to fix the phone though. So
I know, man. For real. You know what? What I'm gonna do with the phone line is I'm gonna set it up and do some tests and get this thing working. The problem is like right now, not that the people care, but I'm gonna give it to them anyways. Right now, I'm setting up the new space, so it's like the mixer, everything that's connected to what's going on. Like you guys see me on the screen, but behind me there's like mixers and wires and modems and all types of stuff running. I gotta get all that set up permanently because right now it's just out, and then when this show's over, I'm gonna bust it down, clear it out. I gotta set up like the space for it. You know what I mean? So
mhm,
sooner than later, it'll be done
mhm,
for sure. But yeah, boom. So we did get a chance to talk about time. I love talking
mhm,
about time.
mhm.
That's why I threw that in there because I'm like, yo, let me drop one more thing about time, and then
All
we'll
right.
we'll we'll push through. Maybe
Go.
we could. And yo, how's that crazy that you talked about the relationship thing too? And I kind of had that in there. I was like, oh, the truth about men and women. So that's kind of like
Oh
what that
yeah, I
was. You know
forgot
what I
about
mean? So we did
that.
kind of tap that a little bit. Um,
Mhm,
but yo, with the time, the one thing that I always tell people, and I think like once you become conscious of it, it could change your entire life, is that we've been lied to that we only have 24 hours in a day, because
Mm,
you have as much time as you can acquire inside of a day. You know what I mean? And that's why people will pay you to go to work, because they're buying your time. So
mhm,
when you're like, "Oh, I only got so much time in a day," it's like, no, you only have as much time as you can acquire. Because if you got 10 people doing things for you, you know what I mean? Now, rather than having 24 hours in a day, you know what I mean? You got 264 hours in a day. If you got 10 people that's willing to stick and move for you, you know what I mean? So there's powers in numbers, and if you could get to a place where you can acquire people's time, and not on those shiesties, like, you know what I mean? Like, if you acquire someone's time, like for me, I acquire a lot of people's time, but
mhm.
I also give time back to them. You know what I
Right.
mean? So it's like I might acquire a couple hours from you to help me do this one thing, but when you're doing something, I'm gonna give you some hours too. You know what I
Right.
mean? But it just allows everybody who's given time to get more done inside of a day. So I just figured I would share that, because that was one of the things that came up that made me want to talk about time as one of the possible show topics. But we could get into like time real
Yeah,
heavy.
I think time freaks people out a lot, you know?
Well, as soon as you're born, you're just racing. The clock's counting down until you die, which is not true, but that's what people think. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, I remember when I was in my 20s, I was like, "Oh my god, I'm getting old," and now I'm 35 and I'm like, "Well, I'm just getting started."
Yeah, exactly, right?
You know?
For real. Being 18, looking at 30-year-olds like, yo, these old people. Like, what the hell's wrong with them?
It's crazy. Did you
For
see
real,
the
for real.
lady I posted on my Facebook the other day, the 90-year-old lady who is still personal training people?
Oh, I did breeze by that. Yeah, I saw her. She was like doing the squats and all that, right?
Yeah, like she looks like she's in her 60s or 70s. Like she does not look like she is
Mm.
90 at all.
You
I
know
was
what it is? It's mind over matter, man.
It
People got to just
really
keep
is.
like
I
once you be like, I'm old, it's a wrap. Once you sit down somewhere, like once you get that chair, the chair.
yeah,
People go to that chair,
yeah,
it's a wrap. Like, you know what I mean? It's
yeah,
a wrap.
yeah. I can't stand when people are like, I'm too old and they're like 30. It's like, what? What?
Facts.
Like
Big
you're
facts.
just beginning,
Hmm.
like I don't know. I honestly feel like when we're older, like when we're in our 80s or 90s, I feel like a lot of us are gonna be like that lady.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yep.
I'm not gonna fucking be like 90 years old in like a fucking wheelchair or whatever. I don't know. I don't
Nah.
see that happening to me. Like I honestly see myself like living the life I'm living until I'm dead.
Nah, that's how I feel too. Like
You
I
know?
feel like if I ever get to a point, and this is no disrespect to anybody who's
Right.
experiencing this, but just for my personal preference, like if I ever get to a point where I can't take care of myself, or
Hmm.
like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, if I can't fend for myself and I become that much of a burden and people got to take care of me like that when I'm old, just hit me with an old yeller, man. Just take me out back, and what I mean, take me out my misery, and that's it.
I don't know.
I lived a good life. You know what I mean?
I feel like people like us are here to like show people that that's a program too. You know,
No facts. Yeah,
it's just I don't know because I know people that are my age and they look like they're fucking 50. I'm like, yo,
yeah, yeah. Nah, for real.
but
Hell yeah.
I really think that you age when you're not in alignment.
Mm,
Like when you're not in alignment with who you are, you begin to your energy gets siphoned.
mhm,
Whether
mhm.
it's the fucking wine or the people that you're around, something is your job, like something is taking that energy away from you. Something is
Mm,
taking that life force away from you.
yep.
And I was reading. Did you ever read this book?
Oh shit. I did not read it, but I have it in my Amazon cart because
You
I
gotta
was
read
gonna
it.
I was gonna grab that joint. So
It's
it's
so
good.
good. Like I'm
Okay.
still reading it. So I started reading it a while ago, and then I like put it down, and then I restarted it again, and then
Okay.
I put it down, and then I just started reading it yesterday like crazy, and I'm almost done with it.
Okay.
But, like, he was talking about how the heart and I wrote about this a little bit in my post today, how most
Mhm.
ancient cultures looked at the heart as, like, the main form of life in the body, not the brain.
Mm,
And how powerful the heart is. And I feel like in modern times, we're taught to ignore the heart and we're
yeah.
taught to be up here. And when I went with spiritual teaching, you're taught to be grounded. You can't be grounded if you're up here all the time. And most people live in here, they
Mhm.
live in their head. So before I did that journaling yesterday, I was up in my head about the relationship stuff. And
Okay.
when I went into journaling and I went into connecting and I really like I channeled into those relationships and how they started and like the connections, I dropped into my heart and like it
Mm.
released a lot of the judgment towards
Yep.
that, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, everyone is so up here right now. They're like, I got to do this because, if not, something bad or somebody's not going to like me. Or like,
Yeah.
if
Yeah.
you were dropped into your heart,
Mhm.
you wouldn't be doing half the that you're doing now
Yeah.
that
Yep.
you're not comfortable, that you don't want to do,
Well, you know
you
what it
know?
is? They're programmed to believe that, and when I say they, like, I always try to clarify because, it's not like from some old, like, high and mighty place because I was they before. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But when we've been, let me say this, we've been programmed unless you get out of the programming. Um,
Hmm.
Number one, a couple different things. Number one, to believe that is your mind is the most superior thing inside of your body, which is not, because what your mind is filled with a bunch of thoughts from other people and outside influences. And most of the time, the thoughts that you think aren't even yours. You know what I mean?
Right.
And you're allowing this thing right here to run your life when it's not even driven by you. It's driven by outside influences and outside sources and things that people have downloaded or uploaded into your brain. You know what I mean? When we think about the importance of thought. People be like, "Oh, I thought this and I thought that." What you got to understand is that the thoughts that you're actually conscious of are the lesser thoughts of your body or lesser thoughts of your being. You know what I mean? So, like how you said, you drop down into your heart.
Hmm.
What people or what people should know is this. You know what I mean? Your brain is a powerful thing. You know
Oh.
what I mean? But it transmutes information like a supercomputer. You know
Hmm.
what I mean? But what you gotta understand is your brain does not create information. Your
Hmm.
brain stores information and uses information. So it's storing information from outside sources. Things are being uploaded into your brain like a hard drive. You know what I mean? But there's also things that are being uploaded to your brain up here, or downloaded, uploaded, whatever you want to use to your brain up here. That's coming from your actual brain.
Right.
And when I say this, this is gonna take the conversation a little bit somewhere that people might have not heard this before. But there's a second brain in the body, and it's a lot bigger than the brain that's in your head. And the
Hmm.
second brain in your body is actually your stomach. And
Hmm.
your stomach is actually your first brain. This brain up here is your second brain. And the reason why I say that is because people be like, yo, I had a gut feeling.
Hmm.
It's because your intuition comes from your gut. It doesn't come from your brain. You never been like, yo, I got this weird feeling. Like, you'd be like, yo, I got this feeling. And you touch your stomach because it's being generated from there. And what you got to understand is that what's going on, that's why they're able to manipulate us through the food
Right.
industry and all that, because they're sending things into our stomach. And what you got to understand is your stomach is in constant communication with your brain. And
Hmm.
even the thoughts that you think in your brain, when you're like, yo, I really want some like French fries.
Hmm.
Yo, it's not your brain saying I want some French fries. It's the bacteria or the toxins that's in your stomach saying, hey, brain up there, we want some more. Like, get us some more. And then your brain's like, okay, I got you. And then your brain says, hey, Coach Brown, you want French fries. You love French fries. And I'm like, I do love French fries. And then
Hmm.
I get that shit. You know what I mean? But it's like, yo, your brain is not first in the line of command. It's
Hmm.
actually third in the line of command. You know what I mean? Because it really travels upward. You know what I mean? It does start in your gut. And that's why it's important. See, we're about to go to health route, but we're not going to go to the health route. But it's important to have a healthy gut, and you want to keep your gut clear
Hmm.
because your gut is in charge of your intuition and your actual ability to like your actual sensory, like how you can your spider senses where you're like, yo, something don't feel right. I just had a weird feeling about this. You know what I mean? It starts down there.
Hmm.
And then like how you said, you dropped into your heart. So it's traveling upward to the heart. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? The heart is the middleman between the gut and the brain. So like even when you put it this way, even when
Well,
you
yeah,
let's say,
I had the feeling first, like I gotta do this.
yeah, you had that and this that
Yeah,
intuition, like, yo,
intuitive,
you
like
need to do
spirit
this.
guides were like, "Nah, you got it." Whether whatever, it was that feeling of like, "Oh man, like I'm not gonna be able to get through my day. I know I."
Yo,
Yeah.
but that's so fire that you're saying that because this is why I'm saying I'm gonna say this and then I'm gonna sit back
Mhm.
because I be talking. But it's so fire that you said that because you had the feeling and then you started thinking like, yo, I'm not gonna be able to get through my day. It's because the feeling came from your gut and your brain tried to battle that. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Your brain said no, Ashley, because then you won't get through your day. And then this will happen. And then this, like, yo, people got to understand for the most part, your mind is working not for you, but against you until you
Mhm.
master it. When you
Right.
master your mind, then your mind can be extremely powerful in your favor. But you have to show your mind
Mhm.
well, you have to know your mind, understand how it's working, and then master it so you can use it to your benefit. But if you don't master your mind and use it to your personal benefit, what's actually happening is the outside world is mastering your mind and using
Right.
you to their benefit.
Mhm.
That's my rant.
Yeah. No, that's 100%. Yeah, no, because like my brain was like, you don't feel like doing that. That's what my brain was saying. But my gut was saying, no, you gotta do this.
Hmm.
Because you're not gonna like it's not it's gonna fuck your day. For some reason I felt like if I didn't do it, I wouldn't be in alignment. So
Hmm.
I know when I have to do something. You know what I mean? Like I
Yeah.
know and it's important for me to like sit down and journal, write, channel, whatever.
Hmm.
Cause I have that intuitive feeling like this has gotta get done. This is a big step in something that is like a door that's opening or a part of me releasing. Um, but that 3 to 4 hours that I took to sit down and channel into that and connect to that, like most people don't take that time.
Hmm.
They'd rather take the time and go out and they would a lot of people I feel like normally would ignore that and be like, "Nah, I'm going to go hang out with so and so and go fucking do whatever."
Or they'll
You know?
bury it.
Yeah.
They'll bury
Yeah.
that shit. Hmm.
Yeah, and to me that's the toxicity. Like that's why people can't get past the certain hurdles that they keep like it's like they keep running into the same wall. Well, you keep running into the same wall because you're not breaking it down.
Hmm.
You don't want to see through it. You don't want to see like what's on the other side. Most of the time, what's on the other side is really good. It's just what you have to go through to get to that is. And I thought, honestly, I thought it was going to be a harder process than what it was.
Hmm.
Like I thought, I was like, oh, this is going to be fucking annoying. I'm going to have to go in and like check into these relationships. Like I don't really feel like I already thought I did enough work on them and
Hmm.
then I went in and I was like, this is actually cool. Like this is actually feels good. What my brain, my mind was trying to be like, nah. And you know what's fucking funny is
Yeah.
I didn't eat anything. Like I fasted all morning and all afternoon
Oh,
and
snap.
done doing that. Yep.
Okay.
I was told by my guides,
Hmm.
don't eat while you do this.
Yep.
And I
Yo,
was like,
oh my God, you just gave me such a window to talk about this because I wanted
mm,
to talk about this. But yo, Wob said, and I gotta say this. Wob said, he said we need a morning show. That's a good
mm,
idea.
mm,
Sunday morning show. I'm gonna bug you now. But hey, listen. um, Wob said food has information, and that prompted something for me. And then you said you was told by your spirit guides to fast for the day.
mm,
Yo, one of the biggest one of the biggest lies we've been told is that we need to just be eating food nonstop. You know what I mean? And the how Wob said the food got information. There's a reason why they want us eating all day long. Like people be like, "Yo, you got to wake up and eat breakfast, and 2 hours later eat a snack, and then this out." Yo, but in actuality, we're not designed to be eating all damn day long. Like think of an animal that eats 5 meals a day. You know
mm,
what I mean? When we were created, there wasn't no Dunkin' Donuts, there wasn't no breakfast muffins, there wasn't none of that. You know what I mean? There wasn't no Stop and Shop. Like yo, like you might go kill an animal, and that might be your food for the week. You know
mm,
what I mean? So you guys are eating in the evening, and that's that. Like there's no like, oh, it's morning time, I need to eat. No, they went out fasted when they hunted, so that
mhm,
they was more aware and they was more driven to do the hunt. And
mhm,
then on top of that, to even dial back even further, this is something that I bumped into, and I'll put it in the space. I'm not an expert on it, but it's something that I feel like I was sharing the space. Um, what they were saying is that food consumption is actually our lowest form of um, bringing energy to the body.
Really?
Yeah, like in actuality, because of the way that our bodies are structured, we're actually supposed to get our energy, nutrition, everything that we need to function. We are supposed to get a majority of that from the sun.
Well, that's why Bill Gates wants to block it out.
Exactly, with all these chemtrails and shit.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, when you look into that, it makes sense why they want us pump full of food, because they keep us away from the sun all day long. It's
Yeah.
like you wake up in the morning, you're inside this concrete or wood box, which is your house. You walk to your car, you might get a minute of sunshine. Now you're in your car with a roof over your head. You drive to your job, you get out, you get another minute of sunshine. You go in a building for 8 hours, then you come out, you get in your car, you drive home, you go in a store, you're in a building. Like, we're ducking the sun like crazy, and we're not
Mhm.
absorbing the sun in the way that we were designed to absorb it. Even with this COVID shit, they be like, yo, COVID's gonna kill people. What they're not talking about is that most of the people that are fatalities from COVID is due to well, let me say this before we don't get blocked. Hypothetically, in a video game, the
Mhm.
characters usually have a vitamin D
Yeah.
deficiency. You know what I
Okay.
mean? And we get our vitamin D from the damn sun. And now,
Mhm.
to even make it crazier, you're telling me that if I get COVID, right? If I have a vitamin D deficiency, I could die from the shit. But
Mhm.
you're telling me that if I get COVID, to stay in my house
Right.
where there's no sun.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well,
Like,
you
yo,
know
you
what
I guess
know what I'm realizing as you're talking?
Mhm.
So, I did that yesterday, Sunday, right? Friday, I went to
Mm.
Connecticut and did a 5-hour hike.
Oh shit. Yep.
Saturday, I woke up, taught a class, and then I went with Jess and we walked for 3 hours in Garden Park, and it was really sunny and nice out.
Just
So,
getting that sun.
but that was set up. Like,
Mm.
I was like telling my friend Lauren, I was like, we got to go hiking Friday. I was like, I feel like I have to go hiking Friday.
Mhm.
And then that happened. Like, I was detoxing while I was hiking. I had a fucking headache. I was
Oh,
home.
snap.
Like,
Okay.
I was like not well. Like,
Mhm.
mentally, like when I got home, I was fucked up. Like, I was
Mhm.
sad, I was crying. Like,
Mhm.
so the woods, the sun, the woods, like all that does that to your body. Like, that's
Mhm.
people, you need to be outside to detox.
Mhm.
Saturday, woke up, felt a lot better. And then Jess was like, "Hey, I want to be outside." And I was like, "All right, that sounds really like 2 days in a row outside." And then Sunday,
Yep.
I was like, "All right." I knew when I woke up, I was like, "I'm not going to really leave the house today. I know I'm going to spend all day journaling and reading." And when I woke up, they were like, "You need to do this fucking journaling." So, like,
Oh
I
shit.
got set up that whole weekend to get to Sunday.
Yo, Sunday. Did you
Yeah.
catch that? Like
Yeah.
Sunday?
Oh shit. Oh
Yo,
shit.
yo, Sunday. Hey, what you just said prompted another thing in me, and I gotta ask if you've ever done this, and then I gotta tell the people to really try to experience this. Um, Another lie they tell us is when we're kids. Hey, don't stare at the sun; you're gonna go blind,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
But yo, have you done any sun gazing?
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. So like, yo, sun gazing is so powerful, and the downloads you could get from sun gazing, insane. You know what I mean? Like, yo, I'll be driving in my car in the morning and the sun will be up. Before I'll put down a visor, I'll put sunglasses on,
Yep.
damn, the sun didn't blind me. But now I'll look at it for a little while and yo, the charge I get for the day, insane.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, like, when I was on that hike with Jess,
Hmm.
I just heard, because I had a hat on and it was really sunny out, I heard, "Take the hat off and don't wear sunglasses."
Mm.
So it could hit my head and
Yep.
I could get that, you know? Like, I listen to that shit. Like, if I forget my sunglasses some days, it's like, because I know I'm not supposed to have them,
Hmm.
because I know it's charging this and this. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Um, And then some days, like, I'll wear a hat and sunglasses because I feel like it's protecting this as
Hmm.
well. Because
Yeah.
there's certain energies that are around that day. Like, to me, it's protecting that.
Hmm. And let's do a disclaimer though.
Mhm.
This is in no way, shape, form, or fashion advising you guys to go out tomorrow and stare at the sun directly for
Yeah,
like a half an hour or anything like that. It's gazing, so you can look at the sun for like a little bit, get what you need to get, and then keep it moving. Because you might go
right.
blind if you stare at that shit all day, for sure.
Yeah.
All right. So with that being said, listen, I love the conversation. We could go all night. You know what I mean? But we want to be respectful of the people's time. I respect your time. So it's 9 o'clock. We did come a little bit later, so we went over a couple minutes. All good. But hey, listen, there was a lot of comments. We didn't really get to dive into the comments, but I will say this: everybody who was in here, we appreciate you guys. We love you guys. We definitely appreciate all the love you've been showing on the Uncut show. And we'll try to dive into some of these comments on like our off time. You know what I mean? We'll go through, holla at some of you guys. But yeah, please, if you got anything from this video, like and share the video.
Yes.
And let's build, let's get people in tune with what's going on here because it's something extremely powerful. Especially, we didn't even know what we was gonna talk about tonight. And
Mm,
look what happened. Like this was
yeah.
a great episode. I'm gonna go back and watch this joint. But all right, so I don't know if we have a final thought for tonight, but let's just say anyways, because for tradition. Final thought for tonight. I'll go first and I'll let you take us home.
Okay.
My final thought for tonight is um my final thought for tonight is take some time to this might not have nothing to do with what we talked about tonight, but it's just came to me. So take some time because somebody needs to hear this. Take some time to be with yourself, close yourself off from everything outside of yourself, and really dive inward. And all the answers that you're looking for are inside of you, and you already have the answers. You just need to accept them. And once you accept those answers, everything for you will change.
Mhm.
I don't know why I said that, but somebody needed to hear that.
You
All
need
right, that's my final thought.
All right, what's my final thought? Oh man. I feel like there's a lot tonight. Like,
No, but take your time. Let's go.
right.
Let's let it out.
Well, I don't know, man. When I was writing that post today, I was just like, this is not the right way to live. Like I said, like I've been a little bit out of alignment. Like I can't even imagine what you're doing to your physical body by fully being out of alignment every day. Like one of the things that kept coming up when I was writing that post, and I wrote about it in the post and then I took it out because it just didn't fit with the post. But I feel like it talks a lot, like it connects with what we're talking about is
Mm,
dementia, you know?
mm,
Like the
mm,
rise in whatever the fuck that is. I feel like that is a form of illness, excuse me, that is connected to you ignoring your heart all the time. And I feel
mm.
like you ignore your heart so much with something like that that you literally like go crazy in your head and like you end up in all these different realities because
Oh
you don't
shit.
know where the fuck you are because you're not in alignment with your higher self. And like you think of something like one of the things I talked about was heart disease. And he said in this book, it's like one of the leading causes of death,
Mm,
but it wasn't like a couple hundred years ago. You know, it's the way that we live our lives. We literally live our lives. So, and like people look at the past and they're like in history and they're like, oh my God, it was so horrible. There were certain things that weren't good in the past, but like we're not looking at the things that aren't healthy for us now. We're just fucking following whatever they tell us to do. I honestly can't believe how many people are going along with this narrative right now. And to me, I see a lot of people living in fucking regret. I really do. Unfortunately, I really I see a lot of people like looking back within the next 5 to 10 years and being like, "Damn, what the fuck did I do in 2020 and 2021 with myself and my life?" I just feel that being in alignment with yourself is so important for living the life that you dream of. And a lot of people say, well, I don't know like what it is that I want to do with my life and I don't know what I like. I feel like that's all bullshit. I feel like it's all bullshit and you know and you think of shit in your head or you sometimes even if you're like the person that's like the most out of alignment. It's like I don't believe when people tell me that they don't know. I feel like they don't believe, you know?
mm, mm,
So I think one of the things that like really motivates me is to help people to like step out of this. Like stop doing this shit to yourself physically, mentally, and emotionally. You don't have to. And like you said, it's a lot easier than you think.
mm,
But even with the fucking journaling, I was like, oh, this is gonna be fucking torturous. I gotta go into these relationships. And when I started doing it, I was like, oh, this is actually great.
Yeah.
And I feel like we do that a lot. We psych ourselves out before we even do something, you know?
Yeah.
Like I was talking to my friend about she was telling me about her divorce a while ago, and she was like, it really wasn't that bad. It
Mm,
was something that I was completely ready for. And like as soon as the process started, it was like, wow, this is actually exciting and like setting myself free. So
mm,
like we always psych ourselves out a lot of the times before we're supposed to do something that our soul is calling us to do. But most people psych themselves out and then they don't do it.
mm,
And then you fucking, it's like, here's you in alignment. And then you go further away, like further and further and further away from yourself every time you psych yourself out and you say no.
mm,
I could have psyched myself out in this whole process of Ascension Next and just been like, fuck it, I'm never gonna find this fucking space. You know what I mean? It's not gonna happen. But I didn't allow that to happen. Like there were points and times where I was like, yo, is this shit, is this really gonna happen? But I just knew in my heart, I knew in my gut,
mm,
there's
mhm.
no way it can't happen. You know, you
Yeah.
know. But
Mhm.
a lot of people, not you, but a lot
Right.
of people, they pretend like it's not real. They pretend because the
Mhm,
brain, the mind, and what everyone is saying around them is too real. What's inside of them isn't real.
mhm.
And that's the problem with people. And that's why, if you're, and I'm almost done. That's why
No, no, take your time. This is great.
okay,
This is great.
if you watch a lot of people who do the work that I do and their predictions over the last like 2 years, most of them were just saying, and I was saying this a lot too, starting in like 2019, maybe at the end of 2018, authenticity is going to be so important for the years to come. Like we were all getting that message, like I would channel that message and then I would watch someone that does something. I was like, holy fuck, like we keep getting this message. Authenticity is what is going to save humanity. And it's
That's
authenticity within your fucking self.
facts.
That's it.
Facts. Yo, only reason I'm laughing, and I tried. That was probably one of the hardest things I've done in a while, not to say anything while you were talking because, yo, you were saying some shit. I'm like, yo, I want to say something, but I'm like, nah, this is her time. But yo, that's why there's such an assault on real shit. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? Like, yo, you can't even say something real
Right.
because like, yo, the machine, like not the machine
Yeah.
will come and get you. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Like, yo, I saw a post somebody posted, and this shit was so real. It was like, yo, fact checkers never existed until motherfuckers started talking the truth. You
Mhm.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
Back in the day, there's no fucking fact checkers, but
Right.
as soon as people started saying some real shit, now all of a sudden it's like, yo, we got to fact check. We got
Mhm.
to fact check. But yo, a fact check don't mean shit when you're talking the truth. You know what I mean? Because
Right.
truths override facts all day. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Facts are debatable, but the truth is the truth. You know
Yep.
what I mean? No matter how you slice it. But continue. I'm sorry. I just had to get something in there.
No, I think I'm
That was
good.
powerful shit though. Okay.
Honestly,
All
I
right.
think I'm good. I'm
Okay.
wondering if we should do one on authenticity.
I like it. You know what I mean? I like it.
Mhm.
I like it because number one, here's the thing. Let me just say this real quick.
All
No,
right.
yo, there's some real people out here, but there's no room for them. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? And there's a lot of, and sadly, there's a lot of real people that are like almost living underground. It's like an underground society. Like when you see them, y'all talk some real shit, but when you see
Yeah.
them in public, they're a whole different person because society doesn't have a space for them to be real. You know what I mean? So it's like, oh, if they see you, they're like, oh, that's Ashley V. I could talk that real shit. But
Mhm.
when they if you see them at Walmart, now they got a whole different personality. You're like, yo, you're not like that. Like that ain't you. But they create these characters to survive. They create this characters to survive in this fictitious world, and we gotta get back to allowing people to be real and not here's the shit, not only real in a sense to shit that we agree with. You
Mhm.
know what I mean? Like, yo, I don't care if I don't agree with you.
Mhm.
Long as I know you're being real about the shit you believe. You know
Right.
what I mean? Like,
Right.
I don't care. Like, yo, you can
Right.
like people be like, yo, like I don't care if you're like let's say like even if you was like a racist person. If
Mhm.
you really believe
Yeah.
that shit, and you stick to like how that's what you believe and you're real about it,
Mhm.
yo, I'm like, all right, yo, he really
Yeah,
believes that shit. At least he's real about it.
right.
But some motherfuckers will be smiling in your face. Oh
Yep,
yeah, that, and then you when you leave, they're kicking some other shit. So I'm
yep,
like, yo, I respect the motherfucker that keeps it real. I
yep,
don't have to agree with your shit, but
exactly.
yo, just keep it real. Like
Right,
I want to know. Well, not that I want to know, but at least when I meet you, I know who the fuck I'm dealing with. You know what I mean? And I don't want to meet somebody's representation or representative. Like you know what I mean? Like when I hit you about the show, I already knew like, yo, it's Ashley V. This
mhm,
is what she's about. It wasn't no representative. It wasn't like you were doing one thing online, and then when I talked to you about the show in private, you were somebody else. Like you were
right,
consistent all the way through. You know
yeah,
what I mean? And I think that's why the gelling was real. Like you know what I mean? Somebody asked me that. They was like, yo, you knew Ashley V for a long time. I'm like, nah. Like I just seen her videos and hit her, but we gelled because it was like real and real. Like you know what I mean? So I
no,
think
that's
that'll be a
what I was
great
telling
joint.
my clients in one of my courses the other day. I was like, you can't force real shit. You
Exactly.
can't
Mhm.
force you don't force real connections. It's not fucking real. And so many people try to force shit.
Mhm.
And like I used you as an example. I was like, we just linked up and then it naturally came together.
Mhm.
I don't want to force anything with anyone ever again in my life because every time I've tried to do that, it's always just not ended good.
Yeah, it's just
You
a
know,
matter of no, it's like a matter of time. You're just waiting,
a
like
matter of fucking time.
any day now. This shit's gonna fucking come crashing
When
down.
you're chasing something or someone,
Yeah,
it
facts.
it's not gonna end well, or it's not gonna align, or it's just you know.
Yeah, yeah. Yep, yep. All right, let's do another final thought. Ready? No,
All
I'm
right,
just joking. I'm joking. All right, no, that was real. Yo, that was real shit. We had to kick that. That was real shit.
yeah.
But all right. So with that being said, we're gonna slide out, man. Tonight, Uncut Show was fire. Thank you, Wob, once again for coming through. Everybody who was lit in the comments. Let me just say, let me shout out a couple people. Skylar Baker was in the comments. Ali Ep, I'm gonna say your last name wrong. I'm sorry. Epps was in the comments. Jolie Bayer was in the comments. Let's see, Heidi was in the comments. Let's just get a couple more. You know, Wob was in there. Teresa was in there. Um,
Oh, Wob wanted to know the book. The book is Becoming Supernatural by Joe Dispenza. It's literally like I don't know why. Oh, look, because the camera's all weird on here. It's like one of the best books. People talk about it all the time. Just fucking
I'm
buy it and read it. I'm telling you.
gonna click on buy in my cart. Yo, that shit's sitting in my
Dude,
Amazon
buy
cart. I'm gonna
it.
click buy.
It's so good.
All right, all right, guys. Everybody have a good night and peace.